Thank you, and sorry for keeping you waiting so long, Maureen. Owen, hi, how are you?
Hello, Noel.
Nice to talk to you, Owen. Now, Owen, you live, is it okay to tell people where you live?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay, you live around Mount Street, which I'm sure is not a very nice place to be living at the moment.
Well, I've been there 60 years, so, I mean, this is just... Can I just correct you slightly, Niall, when you said there a few seconds ago that it couldn't get much worse.
Mm.
We're only at the start of this. I mean, there's probably around 25,000 in the last 2 to 3 years that have come in. There's going to be on at least 20,000 per year, probably 30.
30,000.
Over the next 5, 6 years. Each year, 30,000.
Well, you're saying 5 or 6 years. I believe it could be inevitable that could go on a lot longer. They're predicting 6 million into Europe per year. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just saying over the like. So
no, you're not being dramatic. You're being realistic. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So and then there's the issue. I have some experience with some foreigners, and they're all vetted. They're all working and everything else. I've no problem with them, but they don't integrate at all. I mean, I just know that. I mean, I try and get them sort of to integrate a little bit. And
some people do integrate and assimilate.
Most don't. Trust me. I mean, I could name, I won't, 10 people I've known over the last 20 years. And they all stay in their own boxes. They associate with their own.
I could argue, Owen, that if you go to the United States, for example, and go to Chicago or go to Brooklyn or Boston, should say, or New York, you will see there's Irish communities. You know, and they tend to stick together. You know what I mean?
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
But anyway, can I give you just an interest in the story? You're old enough to remember the double parking. Before clampers, you used to have the double park.
Yeah.
On a road, you know.
Yeah.
So we've been discussing around here, like when you hear the left wing TDs and the Fine Gael TDs and Fianna Fáil TDs from this area saying that the locals are welcoming these people. It's all garbage. It's only the blow-ins, the middle class blow-ins, that are welcoming them. I mean, so when I noticed they were starting to double park the tents on Mount Street and Grattan Street, like literally double park them.
Yeah.
So there was no space left on the footpath to walk. So effectively, the tents were nearly in the bus lane and the pedestrians had to walk in the bus lane. Okay? So it was Good Friday. I contacted Pearse Street Garda Station. I spoke to a guy who was relatively okay at the beginning. And I sort of said, listen, can you get a squad car down here to stop the start of the double parking?
Yeah.
So I saw the first double park tent going in, and I just happened to be passing by. I do a bit of community work in the area, and I stopped my car, got out. I said to this guy, didn't have a word of English. I said, sorry, you can't park there. Just go around the corner. Yeah. Just go around where the lane was. There was a little lane.
I know the lane. Yeah.
And it took me about 10 minutes to get him to relent and to move it. So I then phoned, I tried to go into Pearse Street Garda Station, but there's no parking anymore. It's all double yellow lines and cul-de-sacs and everything else.
Yeah.
So I decided to come back. It took me about half an hour to get nowhere. Came back, parked up, spoke to the policeman in Pearse Street Garda Station. I sort of said, can you get someone along here? He appeared to know what I'm saying, and he put me onto the dispatch. I gave the details. So I just presumed there was a Garda's car going to come down. So this is after a year of these tents at this point, a year and a half. Good Friday, just last.
Yeah.
So next morning, there was 6 tents there, all double parked. The next day, there was 15, right? So he was very aggressive, the policeman, a second. So he just happened to be the same guy on call the second day. And so a couple of weeks later, this is the point I'm trying to make here. A couple of weeks later, again, just doing my community tour around the place to see, if I can pick up any litter or whatever. And a Garda van turned up, just coincidentally. 4 cops got out of the van, and I approached them. I said, would you mind if I spoke to you? And they said, no problem. I said, are you here to move the tents all along Mount Street? And one of them said, yeah. And the reason it later turned out that they turned up was that the one tent that I had noticed which was a new tent. It was outside Fianna Fáil's headquarters on Mount Street.
Oh, right.
Now, it gets better.
So in other words, something gets done if you piss off a politician. Yeah, go on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the next day, I had hoped that all the tents along Mount Street were going to be gone. None. The only tent that was gone was the one outside Fianna Fáil headquarters. So now, this is the second point I'm trying to make. So that went on for a few more weeks. Then they started coming over to the other side of Mount Street because all the double parking was gone for the tents. I call it tents on tour.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've now moved over to the other side, and guess who's on the other side of Lower Mount Street?
Sinn Féin office?
No, the European Commission.
Oh, okay, I was just guessing. Sorry when you said guess. I just assumed it was another politician. Okay, go on.
So, hey presto.
They were moved again.
Within a week, Harris has come in. You ain't seen nothing yet, Harris. Okay? He's come in. The tents are outside the European Commission, all their steps and everything else, and all of a sudden they're moved. So the two modes of action were because obviously a Fianna Fáil politician had complained. Now, in all fairness, I have to be very laudatory of Jim O'Callaghan. He has put his head above the parapet and called for something to be done. And it was done. But we're now, you've obviously seen the barricades down.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's equally as bad to have barricades all down the road. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, here's the thing. I'm wondering about the barricades, right? And there's barricades all along the canal now as well. And up further, as you know, the tents are there. There's over 100 tents again. But here's the problem. If they're saying that it's going to be 500 or 600 people a week, and there's no end to this, right? They talk about 30,000 a year. How long are they going to leave those barricades there for? Forever?
That's my point. No, you see, the media haven't investigated this. What's happening now is there's a sudden rush to get these 6 sites that Catherine Day apparently proposed a couple of years ago. So there's a big rush to get them. They will accommodate maybe a year's worth of these illegal immigrants. They will accommodate a year. So you'll get about 2 years of a respite. And then all of a sudden, once all those accommodation centres that are going to be built now, once they're full up, the tents will start appearing.
Okay, well, so I think we're at a point now where firstly the iPass building needs to be closed down in Mount Street, right? Because that's going to deter them from being there. But what they need to do is put an iPass centre in each of those centres. And process people in 72 hours.
Of course. No, actually, my proposal is to actually reposition the major iPass centre up near Dundalk or Drogheda. Because as you probably discussed on your programme... 80%
are coming from the United Kingdom, yeah.
Yes, no, but more importantly, the Belfast High Court has recently decreed that...
Rwanda is not a safe country, yes. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So we can deport them back to Northern Ireland. So, in other words, once they come down...
But Owen, I'm getting you, right? But how do you deal with that situation? So we deport people back to Northern Ireland, right, which is essentially part of the same country. All they do is get back on a bus again and come back down again.
No, but
they just do it illegally this time and they don't present themselves.
Yeah, no, there has to be patrols. There has to be maybe 300 or 400.
I worry about that.
I doubt it as well. No, I doubt it as well. But like at this point, I have never seen so much anger. I mean, from middle class people. I'm not talking about...
No, I know everybody. A mate of mine said to me today, he's voting for me. This is what he said. I'm voting for you. Yeah. And he said, you never guess, me 6 lefty mates are voting for you as well because they're pissed off too. And I said, I don't think I've ever had a lefty voting for me, but there you go. No, I get you. Sorry, I'm running out of time rapidly on, but I do empathise with your situation, by the way, there in Mount Street, because now it's not tents you're putting up, but it's barriers you have to walk around, right? And I hope...
on tour.
Yeah, listen, Owen, thank you very much indeed. I appreciate you coming on. Good luck to you. Let me go to, Karen.